That school district is plotting. Reject them, Lord Bell. Welf's opinion was very correct, and Lily's statement also made sense. In fact, if this matter is decided, it will be done in secret without informing the guild. Even though I just became a first-level adventurer, the guild won't leave me idle just because of this. But what does Bell-sama think? After preparing the food, Ms. Ryu and Ms. Mikoto sat down, and Ms. Haruheim, who was wearing a maid outfit, also sat down and looked at my face. The same goes for everyone. I looked up at the ceiling as I accepted the stares from Lily and the others, thinking about the goddess and the others who were probably talking to me right now. You really bring us trouble time and time again. Hey, Hestia, didn't I explain it to you? That's no problem. Hearing this, sit down, Hestia on the bench muttered, and Hermes, who was also sitting on the opposite bench, waved his hands and said this. The school district is a garden of knowledge that travels throughout the underworld. Mr. Bell knows nothing about the outside world, including Orario. For him, it will definitely be an unprecedented excitement. I hope you don't say that on the premise that you must promote his growth no matter what. Why don't you let him be manipulated by God's will and let him do whatever he wants? I just gave him an opportunity. Besides, that's right, Belcoin and Hestia are good too. Hestia, who was completely exhausted after her part-time job, only returned when she found Hermes coming to visit. Although they took him to the empty room on the second floor, Hestia's attitude still became a little casual due to tiredness. She first sighed and then assumed a listening posture. Belcoin became level 5. And at an unprecedented speed. Now he's a genuine hero candidate. Did the guild encourage you too? We talked about it. He said he would let us take a short break and then we would explore the dungeon further. This was right after the war game ended. In the guild's underground altar, Hestia and the old god once had a conversation like this. Arenas thanked Bell and Hestia who were involved in the incident involving Freya Family, and expressed his condolences. At the same time, he also made a clear request to move forward. The Hestia Family took the faction war as an opportunity, and decisively, to draw attention both within and outside the city, and is now part of the wave of the time sweeping across the lower realms. The founding god of the guild said so. The last of the 3 main adventure quests taken on by Labyrinth City. When the Black Dragon is defeated, Belcoin will definitely appear. For this reason, I hope he can hold on. I hope he can expand and deepen his knowledge. After all, the End Dragon is located outside of Orario. Although he did not say it directly, Hermes no longer hid his desire to make Bell a contemporary hero. Half a year ago, Bell and his friends were killed in the middle level, and when they formed the rescue team, he had already revealed a hint of interest in Bell. At that moment, Hestia couldn't help but give her a reproachful look. The world is hungry for heroes. Hestia also knew what that phrase meant. You mean that the school district is what he calls the first step to expanding your knowledge? At least as long as you go there, you will be able to understand most of the world situation. And traveling the world together is much more efficient. If you want to understand the current miserable situation in the underworld. The atmosphere became a little heavier. Hestia closed her mouth, and at this moment Hermes seemed to have the idea of trying and spoke the truth. The most important thing is that there is another LV7. I want Belcoin to contact him. Upon hearing the word LV7, Hestia displayed the greatest surprise since that conversation. Besides that fierce man, are there other level 7s? And in the school district? Hestia had just descended from the sky not long ago, so she didn't know much about the situation in the lower world. After learning that there was an exceptional person like Otter, she was very shocked. Plus, he's a modern hero. If Bell knew that, he'd probably be so excited his eyes would light up. Besides, this may be the last rest for Mr. Bell. Don't say such unfortunate words. After a while, Hestia looked exhausted. As always, I was able to respond. However, that should be it. Just like Hermes said, Orario was betting everything on subjugating the dragon and Belle could no longer escape. The young man must survive the inevitable violent turmoil from now on. Becoming a first-tier adventurer means being at the center of the times. However, in the end, it all depends on Mr. Bell's wishes. If he doesn't want to go, I won't force him. Hestia looked at him knowingly. Before bringing Hermes to this room, Hestia listened to Belle's account of what happened today and also asked about the boy's inner thoughts. Well, after going to the school district, it would be a lie to say that he wasn't excited. I've talked to Ina-san before and I'm thinking that if I want to do something new, the most suitable time would be now. In the hallway where he and Hestia were alone, he uneasily and frankly revealed his thoughts. If I can make a detour, I want to go to the school district to check it out. If it caused problems for the family, they would refuse, said Belle as the group leader. Belle may no longer be a child, but if time and place permit, she still hopes that Belle can maintain his childlike innocence. This is Hestia's true love. And to be honest, I haven't had anything to worry about lately. Instead, she hoped that Belle could get more rest and stay away from the dungeon. Although she didn't realize it, Belle Cranel was becoming addicted to adventure. Wait until your adventurer resume says, Acrobatics, Labyrinth Guide. On that day, Hestia will no doubt look up to the sky and sigh, and change her position to the goddess of sadness. Plus, Belcoin is going to school. I'm really excited. Although it is very uncomfortable to follow Hermes' ideas, Belle has become a first-level adventurer, so he needs an accumulation period. School district, what did Baldra say? They are given to him to care for. Belle, you don't know about this. Exchange of interests between both parties. Give and receive. I heard that there is someone with that otter person. After the same scandalous existence, she regarded the school district as a group of incredible warriors. Putting it in the same place as the Freya family, practically, however. She knew very well about Baldr, who was the main one, and the divinity of other gods. Putting Baldr there certainly won't do him any harm. Maybe that's what it means to have children, the feelings one should have. Hestia still looked at the smiling Hermes with her eyes half open, sighed again and decided to respect the child's opinion. Okay. I agree with Mr. Bell about going to the school district. The moment I put on that uniform, my heart beat violently. It feels good, Belcoin. Well, it suits you very well. Master Hermes and Master Baldr praised me, but I blushed and felt embarrassed. 3 days after being invited to go to the school district school, it was already early in the morning. After getting permission from the goddess and Lily, I rushed to the school district and changed my clothes at the sanctuary in the center, or should I call it, the principal's office. The white school district uniform is actually very tasteful and is a little distracting to me, who usually doesn't care what I wear. But now, what worries me most is I can't see clearly in front. Is this really okay? I touched the brown bangs that hung near my eyes and looked in the mirror. The person standing in front of the bright mirror is not a white-haired human, but a brown-haired beast man. The brown wig has long bunny ears and a short, fluffy tail behind his uniform pants. His bangs almost touched his eyes, causing his red pupils to bulge. After wearing the costume prepared by Lord Hermes, Belle Cranel transformed into a bunny. After all the students at the school know about the commotion of the last few days. Now, like Belle Cranel, if you say, I'm a transfer student, you will definitely get a blank stare. And to implement the pretending to be someone other than Belle Cranel battle. Lord Hermes snapped his fingers, and I smiled contrarily and looked at myself in the mirror. At first glance, no one would notice that I am Belle Cranel. It is said that this is a special magical item made by Mississippi Asphi, a wig with cursed accessories. It covers my resources beautifully. It is said that there is light and there is no price in it. It wouldn't be clear if it was someone I had a close friendship with, but at least the students who were stalking me before wouldn't be able to tell. I hope so. I told the goddess and others that I wanted to go to the school district, but now, this deceitful behavior makes me feel bad, or a little guilty. In short, I feel uncomfortable. From today onwards, in the school district, at this point, your name will be Rapi. In your case, you need to return to the port of Orario. Before, you passed the entrance exam in another city, but for family reasons they made you come to the city's port and you just got on the boat. I chanted the new name, Rapi, over and over again and suddenly became nervous. I don't know if he saw through my heart. Lord Baldr showed a soft smile and placed his index finger on his lips. Please also hide your identity, abilities and strength. If this matter is exposed, I, the director, will also be severely punished. His face is still very sacred, but at the same time he feels a little mischievous. I always feel that Lord Baldr seems to be enjoying this situation. So let me say hello again. Welcome, Belle. No, Rapi. You want to know what it might be, and the school district welcomes you. Under Lord Hermes' gaze, the male god smiled and placed a crest on my left chest. It was the school seal with the theme of light in a huge ship, the emblem of the school district. It seemed that under the shining coat of arms, the tension and excitement naturally made my heart beat violently. Excuse me. At this moment, there was a soft knock on the door. Lord Badr said please come in, and then a man opened the ashwood door and entered. Lion-like golden hair covering his neck. He is very tall and looks very slender at first glance, but his body does not give people the feeling of being unreliable. The serious face, unlike that of an elf, gives the impression of being somewhere between powerful and beautiful. He looks to be in his late 20s. He is a mature man who makes himself, a member of the same sex, think, this is the kind of person I want to be in the future. The word handsome man should be adequate to describe him, but how can I say it? It doesn't seem that way. The best way to describe him would be to be more stubborn and principled, like a knight. My eyes were wide open and I felt it unconsciously. I told him everything about the situation. I think he is someone who can understand you and is also a special classroom teacher. He nodded to Lord Baldr and Lord Hermes, who said this with a smile, and then walked over to me. The sleeves, leather boots, and left side of the pants are engraved with golden sword-shaped crests. In the leather holster on his right waist were several pieces of chalk and a pointer as thin as a short stick. The man with black dress-like clothes. A teacher uniform, he smiled and held out his hand. Leon Wadenberg. Please give me your advice, Rapi. I waved his hand back blankly. I entered the school district not as Belle Cranel, but as Rapi Fleming.